if there are any questions or comments from the members of the audience about anything not on tonight's agenda. I'm getting the feeling everyone's here for one thing. And with that.
And as soon as it's over, they're all gonna leave.
Here we go.
And perfect timing, magic of Sam, we have the cameras on, so our first motion under new business is with the fire department. And with that, I'll turn it over to our chief. Or to our TA.
Oh, go ahead, Chief.
Okay, thank you all for taking time to have us in. We have a few, I wanted to introduce you to a few of our newer firefighters before we got to the promotions. Can you just have James come in? James. I know, James, poor James. Here we go.
Where am I?
Just right there is good, right in the front of everyone. Is your dad gonna come in?
Yes, they're gonna come on.
Okay, good.
They're the furthest from the
James, I
door.
have like this paragraph about you too. It's like, just couldn't stop saying things. Come on in, Dad, come on. So everyone, this is James Contulas. He was appointed to the fire department as a call firefighter in February 24th, 2025. He grew up in Salem, and he's graduated from Essex Tech. He was part of our Explorer post from 2011 to 2014 and actually completed his Eagle Scout project with the fire department. So he and his troop built, well, first of all, we cleaned out the attic of the fire station, emptied the entire thing. And then they built lockers, if you will, for explorers gear and for extra gear, and then we put it all back together. You'd be so horrified. And organized it. So that was a great project. He left us, he went to Syracuse University, where he majored in natural resource management. And while at Syracuse, he worked as part of their ambulance service, rising to the rank of crew chief. When he returned to the area, he worked for a private ambulance company, and he ran many of their large-scale COVID vaccination operations. How we also got, this whole time we've been able to work with James, he works for Fire District 5 as a firefighter during the summer and the fall. So we worked a lot with James through the years in that capacity. And whenever there was a problem in Topsfield and they were nearby, he would always make a point to stop and help. So we've been lucky enough to work with James for a long time. And since the District 5 office is in Bradley Palmer, he's close by, he's able to help out a lot. James and his family are old friends of our department, and it's my pleasure to formally welcome to our team. So. I have an envelope for you. Yeah, I didn't look at this, you know,
Money,
it's
there might be money in there.
sticky one. Oh, there you go. So is just somebody gonna pin it on you?
Would you like to come in?
I'll take a photo.
Thank you.
Many rides to the station over the years.
Oh, yeah, his dad drove him to Explorers every night and actually hung out with us and helped, was a major reason why the lockers are straight and upright still. You can put it over the other one, that's fine,
This one.
just don't stab them. Yeah, don't stab either of you.
It's okay, we have some EMTs here.
Yeah, they can probably help you. Good practice. I know, yeah, no, it was great, it was really great. I know, sorry, Dad, I know we didn't practice, it's alright, it's okay.
I'll have to scrunch it up a little bit. Sorry, it's not.
This looks great. James, there's a handful of other stuff for you.
What?
The hat badge and the lapel badges.
Thanks. I'll have to get a hat, I guess.
Yeah, I have a whole bunch in my closet. Ryan Santos wasn't able to be here tonight, he's not feeling well. Ryan was appointed as a full-time firefighter paramedic in August of 2024. He lives in Gloucester, he graduated from Essex Tech as well. He's been a call firefighter for 7 years and a paramedic for 4 years. He served the towns of Essex and Middleton as well as Plastow, New Hampshire before coming full-time with us. And he is our emergency medical coordinator, and he's homesick tonight, so. Oh well. Steven.
I feel like we should still clap for him.
Oh, yeah, right.
Congratulations on him.
I told him.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told him that we're gonna talk about him, and also, just for full disclosure, the ice cream truck is here afterwards, so if you wanna run out, that's they don't wanna disappoint, you know? I want Marshall to get his ice cream sandwich, or his,
Diet Coke.
what, a dilly bar? No, it's not, no,
Any number of things.
Marshall has to have an ice cream.
This is Steven, this is Steven's mom. Steven was hired for and appointed on February 24th, 2025 as a full-time firefighter paramedic. He's certified as a firefighter 1-2 and as a paramedic. He has and still does work for a private ambulance company as he worked as an EMT and now as a paramedic. And before this, he was a call firefighter for the town of Wenham. So join me in welcoming Steven. Excited. Oh wait, I'm not done, sorry, I drew my line, sorry. Steven, he's proven to be a very compassionate team member who's happy to help in any way that he can, and we look forward to a long and healthy career with Topsfield Fire. Where's Jonathan? You gonna give him a hug? Come on. This is Jonathan's partner, Steven. Okay. Do it. Oh yeah. Thank you.
You know, it's your friend is standing right there, she can't.
Mom. Remember, he's your favorite child. I know, don't tell that, nobody knows that though. Steven, sorry, Steven, there's a whole bunch of, this is caller and cat. I know. John, just in case, we have 4 Johns now, so you can't go wrong if you wanna yell at John, compliment a John, or ask for a John.
If I'm in trouble, I just yell John and
Yes, yeah.
somebody from the Topsfield Fire will show up.
Oh my gosh, your dad, you look just like your dad. Oh my god. This is John Kirk. He's a mechanical engineer. He lives in Boxford. When he moved to Boxford, he joined the fire department as a call firefighter and realized that he might have misplaced his passion for another way, went a different, so some of us have different, second or third or fourth career.
He joined
Um,
Boxford.
So anyway, so he's been with the town of Boxford since 2021. During that time, he realized that he had a passion for public service and really wanted to pursue a career as a firefighter. And we are very glad that he did. He's certified as an EMT and a firefighter 1-2, and he was recently accepted into paramedic school, which he'll start in September, so we're really excited about that. John is just finishing up his orientation period and he'll begin his regular shift next week. We are looking forward to a long and healthy career with him and welcoming John and his family.
It says John, you can use this one.
Sorry, John, you don't get one.
No, she get too many times.
Just steal one from one of the other 3 Johns.
Yeah, can we do that? Poor John.
That's not fair.
No, it's on my desk. Can I have your badge, please? Is that what you want?
John, the fire department is really better organized than this.
I usually am, yeah, it's a tough time.
It's not always like this.
Yep. Go right ahead, you can.
You're making it work.
Yeah, you can just put it right on it, yeah. All the times you gave her a hard time.
Don't stick him. Take your time, there's no hurry.
There we go.
Nice. Thank you. Can you send John Brophy in? It's just another John.
Does he have to give the badge back before he goes?
I have it on my desk, we'll give it, yeah, to James, yeah. I'm still thinking about the chocolate that Mr. Vano owes me.
Milk chocolate, right, milk?
And he said she was guilty. Yeah, I don't think you guys shouldn't talk then. Right there. This is John Brophy.
Another John.
John is a full-time captain in the city of Peabody Fire, who also lives in Topsfield. And we're lucky enough that he has joined our department as a call firefighter. During, hang on 1 second, so.
Yeah. People are gonna leave.
Sure.
Yeah.
See what it is.
A few.
Light blue.
In our call firefighter contract, there is an incentive to becoming designated as an engineer. And firefighters who achieve this designation have worked long hours learning the town, its hazards, as well as all of our apparatus. They demonstrate proficiency in the operation and the pumping of each of our engines in our ladder truck, and it takes countless hours of training. After they've demonstrated competency in the physical aspects of the apparatus operations, then they must take a nationally recognized certification exam and pass it successfully. I'm pleased to recognize the hard work that John Brophy has done to achieve this recognition, and we have a special designated engineer badge, so I'm happy to present that to him tonight. You don't have to get it. Do they have that in Peabody? Do they have that in Peabody? Probably not, right?
No, we don't got this one.
Yeah, see,
I'm just glad she pronounced,
other ones, but not this one.
Peabody, right?
I'm glad
Yeah,
she
yeah,
pronounced
see?
it correctly instead of the biddy, which is what I usually get.
Well, this is the biddy right here, yeah, it's so central, you know? All right, so in many conversations with the town administrator, town accounting, select board, finance committee, we realized that our department makeup was changing. And due to the changing makeup of the department, the sheer increase in work volume, we looked at different rank structures, and in the past, we've had deputy chiefs, several deputy chiefs at a time, several captains at a time. In January of 2024, we posted a promotional process for the positions in the rank of captain and lieutenant. Involved in that decision was the fact that Connor Brown, who was a captain, had left to go to the city of Cambridge, and Charles Wood, who was a lieutenant, had retired. Operationally, that left us with one full-time lieutenant and one call lieutenant and myself, so not much of a rank structure. And also with that, Lieutenant Scott Winfrey, who's a call firefighter, and I came to a mutual agreement that because of his workload and family life, that he would be reappointed as a firefighter. So we only had one full-time lieutenant, myself, as rank structure. So we gave everybody 6 months to study for the exam. It was a nationally recognized certification exam. 5 members of the department indicated interest in the process and submitted their applications. Each, the rank of captain and lieutenant each hold their own special job descriptions and assignments to run emergency scenes, train staff, perform tasks that let this department and the emergency services in Topsfield run smoothly. After the written scores were posted, the candidates were interviewed by a panel of fire chiefs of similar departments. It's really important, this is a combination department, so there's full-time staff and on-call staff, and it's a really complicated way to run an organization. It's really special, and it's important that, it was important to me that the people helping me make the decision ran similar departments. And so we did that, they were interviewed by the panel who understood the intricacies of managing a department like this. And then the people that applied for captain were also given a special task to complete, which involved operationalizing our very complicated scheduling system. So tonight I'm pleased to present our new command structure. Promotional ceremonies in the fire service hold a significant historical and cultural importance. Their fire department is rooted in tradition and symbols. And so these in reflecting the structure of the fire department and the hierarchy, badge pinning and the presentation of helmets and insignias has been passed down for years. So some people, not tonight, but sometimes you might receive your dad's badge or your mom's badge or your grandfather's badge. Moving up in rank means it's proven competence, dedication, and trust of one's peers and leadership. It's a formal acknowledgement of the firefighter's commitment to service, learning, and leadership, and a visible celebration of career progression, boosting morale, and inspiring others. These promotional ceremonies are at the core values of the fire service, and they reinforce them, which honor, courage, and duty and integrity. We're publicly affirming the promoted individual's role in upholding and modeling these values, and involving oaths or affirmations that emphasize the seriousness of leadership and responsibility. Firefighting is both a personal and a communal commitment. Families are often invited, like we've invited everyone's families to the badge pinning, because we have recognized their service and their support and their sacrifice for this job. We do this publicly to underscore the public trust placed in the fire service leaders, and it reinforces that this promotion is not just a private milestone, it's a shared accomplishment with broader implications for everyone. So that's what I have to say about that. Daniel? Right there. And we should have an X, like a red X on there. Come on, Nolan. Come on, Rich, you can come in. Let's go. Yeah, let's go, all right. Daniel has been a member of our department since September 7th of 2020. He's our current fire prevention officer, and he works seamlessly with our inspectional services to ensure that contractors, business owners, and residents are completing projects in Topsfield and that they move smoothly through the process with an emphasis on safety to the public. Daniel is a certified firefighter and paramedic, but holds many other certifications, including fire officer, fire inspector, fire instructor, and incident safety officer. He's a leader in training and has precepted many of our new hires, so everybody looks to Daniel for his leadership. Daniel's core values of collaboration, I took this right out of your letter, it's so cute. Of collaboration and all-in attitude and an all-out effort have made him a standout for the Topsfield Fire Department. And he is well deserving of the rank of lieutenant, and I'm looking forward to working together. Please join me in welcoming Lieutenant Renaud. Yeah. Hillary,
Yes.
would you do the honor? Or mom or whoever, I don't know who's whoever.
No, it's just.
Oh, Nolan. We have more parting gifts.
Swag.
Yeah, swag, that's it, swag, that's right. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Glad to have you.
Yeah.
Johnny. Jonathan, another John. He's the only different Jonathan, cause he's a Jonathan. You missed us talking about Peabody already, we already did. There's a large Peabody contingency here. Jonathan has been a member of our department since 2017. He started as a call firefighter and then in 2019 joined us full-time. In 2024, he was promoted or appointed as a senior firefighter. John has many years of experience before he came to us in the State Forest Service. He's certified as a firefighter 1-2 and a paramedic. He holds many other certifications as well, including fire officer, fire instructor, and he's our facilities coordinator. So we struggle with the title for that, but what I think is really valuable to all of us, and Jonathan working with the town mechanic, they work really hard and they dive in headfirst to mechanical issues, try to solve them themselves before we outsource them to other vendors or anything like that. So they save, we were working on that, how to document that, how much money they save the town. Jonathan is a true public servant, and his professionalism and his willingness to go above and beyond for our department and this community make him deserving of the rank of lieutenant. Please join me in welcoming Lieutenant Hallinan. Evan, are you ready?
Yes.
You doing it?
Do it.
Who's the EMT on duty?
Just be
They're on a call, we have
Nana's got mandates.
Good job.
Good job, guys.
John Hallinan, sorry.
Patty.
Get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
Swag.
Thank you. Swag bag. Look at that, thank you.
You're not even gonna believe it. One more John.
Oh my gosh.
I know, wouldn't you believe? Come on in, John Boyle. Bring in Dr. Boyle, the whole group.
Trust them.
I know, so cute. I know, he thought he might stand in for him too. John was hired as a full-time firefighter in 2017. He was promoted, remember when he came from Ipswich, he was a call firefighter in Ipswich. We'll just forget about that. He was promoted to senior firefighter and lieutenant in 2022. He's been our EMS coordinator and currently he's our training officer. He's been vital in the organization and structure of our department training and also focused on collaborative training with the Topsfield Police Department and other surrounding fire departments. Other fire departments contact us for training, not infrequently at this point. John has consistently sought to standardize policies and procedures in our organization. Patients that have been treated by John remark on his comforting attitude, support, and leadership. Often residents comment on his professionalism and his willingness to help and how it makes them feel valued and safe. As the second highest ranking position in the Topsfield Fire Department, John will support our mission and will help lead the department forward. I'm confident, very confident in his ability to do this. Please join me in welcoming Captain Boyle. Oh, Brett. Swag bag, yes. Congratulations. Do you think, John, can you just have all you guys come in and Beth's gonna just do a, some left, yeah, to go help the people? Yeah. That's okay, then we,
Alright, James, John, Daniel.
just say John. I know.
Say John.
Oh, I thought I was at Matt.
John's.
John, Thomas, Luke.
I know, no variety at all.
Oh.
Here we go.
At least they don't all have beards and mustaches, right?
No beards, yeah, no.
He does,
Here
you
we
can't see it.
Where do you want one? Wherever you would like. Did we get everybody back in?
Everybody but Brophy.
Oh, he went to,
Oh,
he went to help the people.
Nope. No, Kirk,
No,
both still here.
And Sam, does your camera? Sam, does your camera pick up all this?
Guys, ready? We're gonna,
Wait, hold on one second, hold on one
Wait
second.
a minute,
The photographer's running around to the other side. Oh,
Did you say happy training?
we're not? Oh, they were. Never mind, no more holding on.
I'm gonna say,
Sam went to get us.
state your name, you guys say.
Did you have a nice soccer?
Here we go.
All at once. All at once, okay.
This is
Gotta
Sam
let
Yeah, this is sorry, cause you already sworn.
Ready.
Go. I state your name. Do solemnly swear and affirm that I will fairly and impartially
Fairly and impartially
discharge all the duties of my office as firefighter
discharge all the duties of my office as firefighter
for the town of Topsfield
for the town of Topsfield
to the best of my ability and understanding,
to the best of my ability and understanding,
accordingly and agreeable with the laws of the Commonwealth
Accordingly and agreeable with the laws of the Commonwealth
and the bylaws of the town of Topsfield.
and the bylaws of the town of Topsfield.
Congratulations. Everybody goes and has ice cream.
Yes.
And then if people can take pictures, that would be great and send them to me. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Before you all go though, I wanna say on behalf of the board, thank you very much. You may not know, we all have to say this, the same oath, and I can tell you, I don't think I had a single person other than Beth watching do that. So congratulations, we look forward to having you serve the town faithfully as mentioned. And Chief, I assume this has nothing to do with juicing up the softball team?
Oh, there's some guns right
Maybe.
there. Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, John Kirk, that was fighting words.
Congratulations, everybody.
I am personally glad that you guys are all here in Topsfield, so thank you.
Okay, we are going to take a brief recess, 10 minutes? Yes. 7 minutes, 7-minute recess. 7 minutes.
Is that for ice cream?
Yes.
Alright, next item is the Evermore at Pierce Farm new liquor license. In accordance with Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 15A. Notice is hereby given that the Topsfield Select Board, as the licensing authority, will hold a public hearing on Monday, June 30th, 2025 at 7 p.m. to act on a request for an on-premises all alcohol beverage license by the following applicant: Michael Gallant of Topsfield Functions LLC, DBA Evermore at Pierce Farm Estate, located at 116 Boston Street, Topsfield, Massachusetts, signed by myself, Raphael McDonald, Select Board Chair. And we are actually going to continue the public hearing to our next meeting on August 18th.
So
Do we have to vote on that? No, yeah.
I'll make a motion to vote to continue the public hearing to August 18th, 2025.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Okay, and along with that is a victualler's license that we are going to table again. So we are going to move straight to the next item, which is the Essex Agricultural Society's request for 11 one-day liquor licenses.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. We have annually the Topsfield Fair, the last few years have come in for one-day licenses during the Topsfield Fair. This year, the fair is coming back to do so. I believe it's from October 3rd to the 13th, is the request. These are one-day licenses, temporary licenses during the fair only. And I know that this is, like I said, a continuation of what's been done in the past. And I know Mr. O'Brien, the general manager from the fair, is here tonight to answer any questions or to provide any more details to the application.
Well, I have no question. This is a result of the beer garden that you built.
Correct.
2 or 3 years ago. I think it was a nice addition, and I think you would agree that it's worked out well.
I think it's worked out real well. People have enjoyed it. We've heard a lot of positive things about it. It's easy to control. It's worked out well. It's a nice location.
It is indeed. So I have no other comment. I'm ready to move on.
No questions.
All right, I'm ready to make a motion. It's a long one. Vote to approve, and we need the year in every single one, right?
Alright.
Vote to approve the request from the Essex, as it's known, Essex Agricultural Society for 11 one-day wine malt beverage licenses for the following dates. Friday, October 3rd, 2025. Saturday, October 4th, 2025. Sunday, October 5th, 2025. Monday, October 6th, 2025. Tuesday, October 7th, 2025. Wednesday, October 8th, 2025. Thursday, October 9th, 2025. Friday, October 10th, 2025. Saturday, October 11th, 2025. Sunday, October 12th, 2025. And Monday, October 13th, you guessed it, 2025, during the hours of 11 a.m. until 1/2 hour before closing time each day.
Second.
Couple observations, I noticed half hour closing before each time each day, but it's spelled out on the actual licenses, I think stop serving at 9 or 9:30, is it?
No, it's been a half hour before closing, but closing fluctuates based on weather and other, but it's never open more than 10 o'clock.
Never open more than 10 o'clock, okay.
But if the weather's such, a couple times we never open for the day. If it's cold at night and, we close the fair at 6 or 7, I mean, that's why we left that
Oh,
half
there's
hour
no one
before
there.
closing.
Yeah.
Because closing is not it's just, it flows.
Okay, yeah, perfect. And I did not see anything different on this year's request than last year, so.
Me either. I'm ready.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions?
You did it so fast I didn't actually get to say aye, but mine is an aye. just for
Okay,
the record.
thank you for clearing.
And
All
they're
right.
2 months from yesterday,
Alrighty,
coming quick.
Coming quick.
it's coming quick.
Well, this time of the year, I'm sure you are busy getting ready to put that thing on.
It is certainly unique.
And huge. I mean, it's a huge thing for you guys to put on.
Yeah.
Um,
It absolutely is. No.
I mean, there's so many people involved but it's a wonderful thing.
It's all good.
Yep.
Right.
That's
Thank you
probably
very
the
much.
easiest it's been, yeah.
Thank you.
I'll drop off the signed liquor license by the end of the week to
That'd
you
be
guys,
great.
okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
And the only other
Amy, take
thing,
care of yourself.
I think we have some legacy applications that still say select board. Just as we get them, let's
Board
start.
of Selectmen, you mean?
Board of, sorry, yeah, they say Board of Selectmen, let's just start changing them to Select Board. Alright,
Nice to see you.
next up is the Topsfield Library Generator. And since Kevin's not here, we'll call Dan up.
Oh, okay.
Kevin abandoned you in your time of need.
Yeah,
I need the contract,
you need the contract?
I need the contract and to sign it.
Okay, so I can
Thank
brief you
you.
on this. The library standby generator, Kevin, do you need to intro this or do you want me to do it?
Library generator.
Library standby generator failed back in the winter time and we've explored numerous avenues to have it fixed. We've had certain parts replaced. And we've reached the point now where they've told us that the next exploratory fix is gonna push us up to a point where we're at half the cost of a new one and the generator's 11 years old out of warranty. So the advisement was it's probably time to cut losses and get a new one. So we've looked down that avenue to see about replacing it, and we've gotten quotes on that and we're ready to move forward on that avenue. We explored how to fund it, and we have the funding in the budget now. Whether in my operating, we can make it work with library operating. But it's not feasible to make it all the way through the year. But FinCom is now aware of this, thanks to the meeting we just had upstairs. So that's where we're at. I don't know if the town administrator has anything to add to that. But we look at this as something of an essential thing once we get into storm season, and the reason we're talking about it in the summer is because once we get into the storm and flooding season in the fall and the freezing season in the winter, it becomes imperative to have kind of a backup. If we don't have those pumps running in storms, then the basement will flood. And pipes could burst, and freeze. So that's the reason they've had this standby generator all this time, and all those utilities are on the generator. And we've made it a few months without it, but I wouldn't wanna try to make it through another storm season without it. So now we're looking to purchase a new one rather than keep exploring the fix of the old.
So I would just add, one of the things that Mr. Tremblay and I looked at was where to fund this. It was something where just out of warranty, wasn't necessarily expected the repair would be this costly. And so it became abundantly clear that even an investigation and then a fix would probably be more expensive than the actual replacement. So we did look initially at a split between the building maintenance fund for $8,000, $8,000 out of the operating budget, and the remaining amount being covered by the FinCom reserve for unforeseen. The likelihood is that we will spend out of the operating budget the remaining amount after the first $8,000 application. And if necessary, seeing how we go through the year with projects, if we need to do a transfer later on and ask for those funds later from the finance committee. I know Mr. Tremblay was upstairs with the finance committee before this meeting, and I wasn't able to sit through the entirety of it, but I think based on his comments, that's where it landed.
Yep. They're supportive of buying a new one, but the transfer,
Come back later.
reluctant to do it at this time so early in the fiscal year.
And that makes sense. It's a challenge. It always is when you have a big ticket item that fails on you, especially early in the fiscal year. But we'll make do. We always do. And we're very fortunate to have Dan at the helm at the library. There's a lot of building needs. Does a very good job of understanding them and getting some very competitive pricing. And this is an example that Seacoast actually has the generator in possession. That's a big reason why their bid was lower than the other bids that we obtained for this project as well. And Seacoast is actually the vendor that's done the generators at Town Hall, the police station, and the fire station as well. So they have a familiarity with our operations and the buildings themselves.
Yep, that's correct.
Thanks, Dan.
Well, I'd just like to make a comment that $32,000 is a lot of money to me. But I also recognize that our library is one of the most important institutions in our town. I know we have people in surroundings towns that use our library all the time because of what it is. I have family and friends that have been involved in helping run that library, organize that library for a number of years, and I would not in a moment suggest that we not spend the money that is required to do what we need to do to keep that functioning the way it should function. I do have one question, however. This doesn't have anything to do with flooding in the basement. I hope the flooding in the basement has been resolved, okay?
As long as the generator is running in a power outage, yes.
So yes, this could potentially have something to do with flooding in the basement in the event that the generator is not,
Yeah, the pumps are on the generator.
But we need the generator regardless of whether we've solved the flooding problem yet or not.
Yeah, so the boiler and the pumps, all of the pumps for the library are on the generator.
Of course.
So that was the impetus for obtaining it when we did. So in order for the system that we paid for to mitigate that last year, we need the power to it, so it's unfortunate, but it's unfortunate timing of the generator dying, but yes, those two go hand in hand to ensure that we don't have a flood there.
We might have a flood anyway, because I've been down there squeegeeing in my shoes with a squeegee on the floor of that basement a number of times.
Well, I'm waiting for it to be put to the test, the new system, and as the drought comes to an end, as it inevitably will, we'll know, but we've got everything in place now, so.
How often does the power go out and for how long? Do we have an
Uh,
idea of how many hours it's out in a year?
The generator has run 270 hours over the last 10 years. So I would say the power goes out that I know of probably a few times a year, quarterly anyway. And I think in the storm season, it goes out more, obviously the higher winds, basically from October to March. We get any of those nor'easters and the high winds, we'll inevitably have a couple of outages. The most recent one that lasted the longest, I think, was in the middle of the winter. It was the middle of the day, thankfully. We were out for 4 hours maybe.
So why do we need a generator instead of a backup battery, which could be substantially less money?
For backup battery for the boiler.
To run the power? Yeah. Like,
So instead of using a,
instead of generating it, it's a battery that sits on the wall, they've come down in cost substantially. There are currently still, I think, some tax credits for the next 90 days or so.
How long will those last? Powering all those pumps?
Well, that's what I would ask you is what's the power draw on those, right? You can get, just Googling, this is very quickly 20 kilowatt hours. And I don't think you're drawing a kilowatt, for 25,000 or less. Was it something that Seacoast Generator does, and is it something that we explored at all?
Not really. We have all the infrastructure there for a generator. We would be looking to solve this problem for 20 years with this generator, which is, when you come down to a monthly payout, it's a pretty good insurance policy.
Yeah. And it runs on natural gas or gasoline?
Natural gas.
So it theoretically just could go, theoretically, don't get all on me, forever. Like if the power outage lasted days, it would just pump away there, right?
I think somebody mentioned upstairs that there was a 4-day outage at some point.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when I moved
A
here,
long time.
not long after that, Parsonage was out for 3 days at one point.
But at the same time, the pumps, do they run continuously for that entire time, or it's like a sump pump? They get to a certain level, they kick on for 15-20 minutes, drain the water out.
The pumps, if we are at normal times, not in a drought, the sump pumps will drain out every minute or so. That's how far below the water table it is over there.
Right.
There's one in the elevator pit that's on constantly. If it's not on, it's flooding.
even in a drought, so no rain,
Right now in a
the water
drought,
table just.
not right now, but like if you go back a year and a half or so, a standard day, those pumps will run constantly. Just because of where it is, there's a stream under the building where it's built, the footprint there is, it's under the
And
water.
that's the problem, the floor of that building, that basement is very close to the water table, so it depends on the rain and how dry it is.
Yeah, and that's the makeup of that building on that footprint, is that you have to pump out, I guess no different than in Boston down at the seaport or whatever, it's relying on pumps to be dry. And so they backed it up with a generator several years ago, the pump's up, and now we've created a perimeter drain and better pumps to keep it even more dry. It's an endless battle, but I think we kind of have it under control now. But it will require, power, and not only that, but I mean, even getting away from the basement, looking at heating, having the boiler on to keep the sprinkler pipes from bursting, like, the pipes burst over here a couple winters ago on a cold night. If our boiler is running, we can keep that building warm enough to mitigate or to, stave off any issue as long as the settings are right. So again, I think it's an insurance policy to have a generator. And I think that's why it was put in place long before my time here, but
also 11 years ago, battery prices were up here. It would have been astronomically expensive. My personal view is this is the kind of stuff we need to start doing as a base. Like, is there another option? Not just, this is what we had, let's just replace it. It should be, this is what we had, is there something better that we can get for the same cost? I mean, I get what you're saying, if the power goes out for a very long time, we just don't know the metrics, like how often does it go out? You said 270 hours over 10 years, so 27 hours a year. Makes a big difference if that's 27 hours straight, in which case a battery isn't going to help you, or if it's an hour every other week.
yeah, or maybe one year it was 2 hours and another year it was 3 days or something,
Right. So,
Well, I can tell you a few years ago, there was a time when we would have power outage, it could last 2 or 3 or 4 hours, and I'm talking 15 or 20 years ago. But we built another power supply so that we now have 2 feeds into the town of Topsfield. We used to have 1, and when that power supply went out from Beverly, we used to lose it for several hours. We don't do that anymore because we hadn't have another power supply that comes in from the north, and so very rarely, if ever, do they both go out. So we hardly ever lose power for more than 2 or 3 hours at a time in the last 10 or 15 years.
I will say that I 100% agree with your broad point, if we need to look at all the options. In this scenario, the risk reward for me, when we're talking about a library, and all of the things that could happen, I'm gonna feel a lot more comfortable with something that will run until it no longer needs to be run. Versus something that could at some point run out of its own juice.
Mr. Chairman.
I would agree. I would tell you, in my opinion, at this point in time, to begin talking about replacing a generator with batteries needs to have a further discussion and research done rather than wait until we need a generator or a power supply. So I'm willing to pursue that issue, but for future usage.
Just if I can make a couple points. One is, in the event we've had some warm days, people do call. It's not that often, but when we have people in need and they want to find a cooling location, we don't have official cooling stations per se. But during regular hours, the library is a place that we do send people. And a lot of times loss of power can happen during the summertime, during those hot times, brownouts.
Does he know that? He has a quizzical look on his face.
We don't have too many people
No,
that
I
do
see.
reach out, but they are people that when they do reach out, we say you can come to town hall, you can go to the library. Those are usually the two primary, and the library is a popular location for people for obvious reasons.
And they like to go.
The space is great. I hope people come and enjoy it, but the library has actual books and activities, and so if you are looking to spend your time, it's a great option. I guess, and to the point, I know there's some time sensitivity around this particular generator that we have potentially to buy in the contract that's in front of the board. I guess my question would be how expectation wise on the vendor is, if we did look into alternatives as Chair had mentioned, and we came back next week at our work session, would that be enough time or would that be problematic with the vendor?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You mean asking the vendor to come up with an alternative solution, or?
I'm concerned that they had one generator left at the price point and the other generators that were quoted were tens of thousands of dollars more expensive.
They were, yeah.
So bird in hand, don't wanna lose that opportunity if the other alternatives aren't something that could be, cause there is, I don't know what the infrastructure looks like, to your point, it's built for a generator, maybe it's not that difficult to transition. I'm just wondering if you have enough time to look into Mr. McDonald's question or not, and the answer might be no, we don't, because I know we've been promising the vendor that we would get back to him as soon as possible on this.
I imagine there'd be a lot of lead time on constructing that or putting that, getting our infrastructure to have that different power source.
Right, I guess the question would be considering it as an alternative, as something we could do or not, do we have enough time in the immediate? We have in front of you the generator, it's been consistent that when we've replaced generators, we've replaced them with generators, but your point is well taken. And if there's an alternative that's energy sustainable and possibly
Cheaper.
at the same cost or less expensive, it's certainly something we wanna explore, as long as what it's providing is reliable, but I do know there's some time sensitivities on it as well, that's why I know why
Yeah, I
we're-
mean, they're unofficially holding it for us.
Right.
I guess I get there's some time sensitivity on this, but like, let's get this out, right? We've got however many generators around town. We should be, first of all, we gotta understand the duty cycle on those, right? 270, this is a good example, 227 hours a year. Is it 3 days at once or every 3 years? That's a very different, and a battery won't help you there. So to the extent that there are other generators in town and we can find out or understand better what the duty cycles are, we should be doing that. Because if there are cheaper options that will meet our needs, say with a 95 or 99% probability, then any chance we have to save
Or-
money and be
Alternatively, if the result of running out of batteries is not as, in my mind, catastrophic as it would be in the library. Like if I don't know where else we have generators, so I'm just gonna create a fiction. A garage where equipment is stored, right? Like if that gets cold, that gets cold, and the likelihood is we don't actually have a generator there. But I'm making my point that here, there is so much at stake. Not you personally, but the building you represent. That I don't know batteries and power and all that the way you do, but I don't want anything that I have to even wonder for a moment if it's gonna stop working.
You can Google just as well as I can. I
Yeah,
don't
well,
know what
listen, you're
batteries
Mr.
cost off
Energy
the top
Man.
of my head. Alright,
Well, I just say, I think the point is making, you made a good point. I think it's something that we need to consider as we go down the road. I'm not interested in pursuing it at this point in time with your particular problem, but as these subjects come up, we could be looking at that as alternative sources, okay?
Yeah.
Whether it be battery or solar or whatever, okay?
Yeah.
But
I think with the library, we can't risk the damage that could happen because of water. Water is very invasive.
We made a significant investment in the basement recently
Right.
to solve for that.
I will say at this price point, I'm inclined to, and also knowing that this price point may vanish, I would be generally inclined to move forward.
me too.
You three.
okay. I need somebody to say something along those lines.
I want to motion to approve a contract between the town of Topsfield and Seacoast Generator of Seabrook, New Hampshire for the purchase and installation of a generator in the amount of $32,000.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Me? There's no abstentions, so that works.
Nor did we have any discussion, but I'm all
Oh,
about
sorry.
moving forward.
Is there any additional discussion?
it's too late, man, you already did the voting.
It's already.
We can always revote. That's part of our town hall rules is you can bring something back. No, Sam says no.
No, why?
Just doing the minutes, it's like, no, you can't do that.
Sam says done is done.
Alright, so it passes 3-1. Nothing against the library, I
No,
just.
it's a great idea, honestly, and when we do the new library in about 10 years, and the build out, we're gonna go
And
all
then
the
we-
way.
And then we'll figure out a way to avoid a generator.
As long as Gould is getting that high.
Right?
Yeah, once it gets up to the new library price point, we're going all in.
Okay,
Um,
alright, then we are are we moving to Lockwood Lane? Is Craig here?
Greg won't be able to join us tonight,
Okay,
so
we're still moving.
we will,
Okay, let's move on to the Lockwood Lane area water main improvement project.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
so Chairman and Board, we have in front of you all tonight the contract for the water main work at Lockwood Lane and associated properties. Thank you. If you remember, back in June, we had our opening of the bids. And at that time, we had 5 companies respond. The low bid was Selco Construction Company. We notified them of such on June 3rd. Their price was $1,077,772,605.60. Again, that was a low bid. If you also remember, we approved the contract with Weston and Sampson, who was our project management company for this project. Weston and Sampson's contract was $197,600.
Say again that number.
$192,600. And that was approved about a month ago. Total project's just under $2 million. Town meeting allocated $2.5 million for this project, so as of right now, it's looking like we're in a good place. Now, there might be some contingencies or things that come up, so I don't wanna promise that the project's under budget before we've even broken ground. However, the bids were aggressive and that was a benefit to the town. The funds are there. Also would mention that Weston and Sampson on the contract that's in front of you, it's a very significant document with lots of pages, very thorough. This document has been signed off on by our procurement agent, our accountant, and myself. The Weston Sampson, as part of their work, is who prepared this contract for consideration of the board to sign. The one item on this contract that has not been signed is there is a line for KP Law to sign. KP Law, unfortunately, working on behalf of the town over the end of last week and over the weekend on another issue, wasn't able to get signature to paper before tonight's meeting. And so I wanna make sure that the board's aware of that signatures from the others have signed, KP has not. My understanding, talking with the Superintendent Crom, that this contract is something that Weston and Sampson and KP Law worked on previously. It's a template contract. But again, without the signature, it's incomplete. If the board is willing to take this up, and it is time sensitive, like everything else, pricing goes away. The opening of the bid back in May, it wasn't June, it was in May, had a 120-day period to hold the pricing, is my understanding. So we're gonna be getting close to that timeline, and I know the vendors ready and able and willing to begin work as soon as the contract's signed. The board is prepared tonight. You can motion with a contingency with KP Law to sign off on the contract prior to us moving the contract forward, if everything else on the contract is sufficient. If there's other issues, or if that's not something the board's comfortable with, we can bring it up in 2 weeks at the 18th meeting. Although I think we're gonna be pretty close, if not past that 120-day period, we'll probably have to ask for relief from the vendor in that instance.
You and Greg are comfortable with Selco?
I personally don't know them. I've never worked with them in my municipal experience, but Greg was comfortable, and through the RFP process, they did fully vetted, make sure they have the right bonding, insurances, that they've done the work in the past. So
I
know it's
wouldn't
comfortable.
expect you to know Selco, but you've talked to Greg enough to know that he's comfortable with that company, yes.
Yeah, the team, when they go through the procurement process, we make sure that they check the boxes of for experience. If there are one person in a backhoe, without a team of people without experience, never done a water main before, we toss that RFP response out, or we toss their bid out. This instance, they did qualify based on the procurement process in Debbie's review.
I have no concerns moving forward. It is once again a situation where waiting just in the case of something could in fact cost us a lot more money, so. It may very well not, but particularly if we motion with a contingency, I'm comfortable moving forward with that.
Well, along those lines, let's get away from that.
Yes.
Let's try and get these, I know the team is working as quickly as they can, but I don't like feeling that we're pressured to sign something because we'll lose money or have to pay more money. I know you're working hard to do
Yeah, we
it,
don't-
but I don't like being
we
put in
don't-
that situation. Did you have questions?
I did have a question, but it's probably a question for Greg.
I will do my best.
I can't find it
Yeah,
right now, I
but-
read it earlier. It said something about the pipes would be, the trench is gonna be 18 inches deep,
Mhm.
which I thought was above the frost line. So I thought that would be interesting that the water line was gonna run at 18 inches.
I would defer to Superintendent Crom.
Shocking.
I have to say though, that is one of the best questions I've ever heard.
That's a good move.
Ask me where the frost line is, I have no idea where the frost line is. I love that question. Nobody here has an answer.
I know that part
I
of
do.
Oh, you do? You know where you know?
Gotta be below 3 feet.
4 feet.
Yeah, but you don't know the
4
answer to
feet.
the question.
Gotta be below 4 feet.
I learned that on this old house.
Yeah, 18 inches is not enough.
I
You knew
may
where
have
the frost
misunderstood
line
the
was.
way it was written,
Chief
but
knew.
that was my question.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I know these are high
Did you know,
pressure
Scott?
pipes and that water moving
did
makes it
Yeah.
harder for it to
Yeah.
freeze.
That's not what-
Bernoulli.
Maybe there's
I'm
an answer to
just-
the question?
Don't have it, no, there isn't, you drink it, it's clean. But to that point, I know that Weston and Sampson certainly, again, is our project manager, and I know Mr. Crom's reviewed this. Shocked that there was something in there that wouldn't meet specifications.
I would imagine the same.
I wish I had a
Would
good
you
technical
like to-
question to.
Would you like to delay this whole thing until you have a chance to talk to him about it?
I don't. You will ask him and I'm sure I'll get a great answer.
I will.
Well, along those same
So-
lines, this is something that I had written down. This is a BA contract, a big contract. Right, and I know we've talked with Greg a lot. I would just love to have his, yep, this meets everything that I need, cause I can't tell. I can't.
I did speak with Mr. Crom before the meeting, cause without KP Law, we were contemplating what action we would take, if we would punt on it, or if we would say that it can be voted with a contingency on it. I know that he has reviewed, he did feel comfortable in the contract, he has signed off on it as well.
And it's the whole scope that we approved at town meeting?
Yes, it's the water main replacement of Lockwood Lane and neighboring
Okay.
roads.
So what would be the proper phraseology at the end of the motion contingent upon approval from KP Law?
We
Is
don't
it?
need their approval.
Well, that's why I'm saying, we need something from
I
KP
happen to
Law.
have something written right here.
Oh, well, that's terrific, then I'll just
Where do
not
you
stop
got?
talking.
Page 27, permanent repairs, that's the section that talks about the 18 inches. Alright. Then I make a motion to vote to approve a contract between the town of Topsfield and Selco Construction Corporation of Weymouth, Massachusetts for the Lockwood Lane Water Main Improvement Project in the amount of $1,772,609.60 and to authorize Water Superintendent Greg Crom to sign contingent upon signature from KP Law.
I'll second that.
Alright, any other discussion? Alright, then I'll jump in here. Can you just remind us, is this one of the DEP requirements? Is that, no?
No, this is
This is the not the water pressure thing. This is the leaky, just a leaky water
significant
main.
amount of repairs and broken pipes and service outages over the number of years, at least the 5 years I've been here. Due to the age of the equipment, the water mains are very old in that area of town.
Okay,
We had two water main breaks over on that side of town just in the last 8 months,
Likely,
like in the middle of the night.
yeah, and they always happen in the middle of the night.
And I have talked to Greg about this subject, and we have not spent a lot of money in that part of town taking care of that water main. And he said it's time, we gotta get on with it, and it's time we get it done.
okay. And then I had more questions on the funding because I got confused because there's something called green letter from Troutman Pepper Lock. that talks about a 40-year bond. But immediately prior to that is Amanda's signature talking about we're paying for it with a ban, not a bond.
I think that's the construction bond for the company that's doing the work.
I don't follow.
So part of the, I find, where is it in the contract?
It was not on the contract, it was on the other thing.
It was on this. I have them separately.
The short document. Improvement project -1. And it's the last page and the second to last page. Or sorry, the second to last page and the third to last page.
Oh, yeah, sorry, this does not prohibit us from taking a ban out. This allows us to take, it says you have the funding and you will be approved to take out the bond,
So it's like a pre-approval.
yeah, in essence.
Okay. And is a 40-year municipal bond typical?
Depends on the life of the product, what you're purchasing. So it can vary, so sometimes it depends on a number of calculations that our financial advisors and our treasurer collector work on to make sure that we're getting the best rates. And then we spread the cost off over, in this case, I'm not sure if we don't bind ourselves to the 40, I don't believe, but I believe that's probably likely the amount of time on the contract that we're looking to.
And then how does that relate? I'm thinking very simplistically, like you take out a mortgage for a certain amount.
Mhm.
By the time you're done paying it, you've paid way over that amount. So if our work is 1.8 million.
Yep.
Or whatever the number was. If it's a 40-year bond, we could very well end up paying 4 million. But we haven't been authorized to spend 4 million, we've been authorized for 2.8. So how does that all work and relate to each other?
So the authorization at town meeting was to take out. So when you take out a mortgage on a $500,000 home, you're approved for a $500,000
Yep.
home. But your mortgage in that example, you'll end up paying 1.2 million over the life of that loan.
Right,
You're not being pre-approved at 1.2.
okay.
Same concept, sticking with the same concept of a mortgage.
What are we authorized, which one is it that we are authorized to do? The total amount or the amount for the work?
So anytime you take out debt, it's for the cost of the work. And then if you're taking out the debt with an interest rate, that's just what they're approving the debt that you're taking out, and the rate then determines how much over the life of the
Yep.
loan that you're gonna be paying. Cause
Okay.
it's you don't have that predetermined amount when you go
Okay.
into town meeting. So the authorization was simply for the cost of the
The
project
capital
estimated at
up front.
at 2.4, 2.5.
Okay,
And it came in about all in around 2.
okay, good, thank you.
And it says payable within 40 years, so I don't think it's necessarily a 40-year term.
What will end up happening is that we're gonna bundle this project and the tank project.
Mhm.
And the idea is to get to $5 million in debt because that gets us to a threshold.
Things we never wanna hear.
It's not that we're shooting them to buy things, it's just the cost of these two are right there at the 5 million. And so when you look at the retained earnings, putting cash towards it, there's actually a savings when you hit to the 5 million because you have many more banks that will bid on it and it becomes a much more competitive. So when we were talking with our financial advisors regarding the water tank, knowing Lockwood Lane was coming, they said 5 million's a very important threshold, and a lot of times what communities do is they'll bundle multiple projects to get to a number.
Yeah,
We're already taking out the debt at the tank, so we're gonna likely bundle it with Lockwood Lane to get us at that, and it should be right on the nose at around 5 million at the end of the day. Again, that'll help for the two, so we always like to pay with cash as much as we can to keep that down. But the actual value, if you get to that number, if you're at 4.8 or 4.9, 5's actually with the savings of the interest rate, gets you to right about probably the same price at the end of the day. Or something close to it, all depends on the rate. But those are things that we're gonna look to in the spring.
so
Into
we're
the
not
summer.
binding ourselves to any bond or financial terms here.
That's a pre-approval.
It's still a ban that we're gonna do for
We're
this
gonna do a
first
ban on
year.
the, yeah, so we have a ban right now on the water tank. And we're gonna do a ban on this project that'll get us to what we think is most advantageous time, which is once our next year's financials are closed on, our free cash numbers should be a healthier number. Along with some other
Okay.
good fiscal minded practices we've incorporated should allow us to have a very competitive rate, and so the band's gonna get us, is that short term to get us there.
Okay, alright, thank you to my board for suffering through those questions.
And the answers.
Any other questions?
Not for me.
So this is a pipe that's underground that has water in
At
it, right?
least 18 inches.
Okay, great.
Hey,
No, I'm good.
You're beginning to get the idea.
I'm catching up.
Is it at least or at most?
A pipe underground with
Or
water.
is that
I
the
don't
center line? Alright, well,
Xavier
we've
did that.
we've had a motion and a second, I will then ask for a vote, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Alright, next up is the Topsfield Fire Department contract acceptance for HVAC replacements. Who do I turn to? To whom shall I turn?
I can lead. So with regards to the fire contract chief, last meeting we had this on the agenda. Chief, we pulled it back just because we were getting some more information. Contracts slightly more than what was allocated at town meeting. However, to talk to town accountant, to talk to the chief, idea is that we're gonna supplement that with our maintenance line item in the operating budget in order to realize the savings of the investment. That'll come back. And historically, the chief's other category, which is where the maintenance is, it falls into that, an aggregate has been under budget, so we're gonna keep a close eye on it, but knowing the importance of this investment, from a financial standpoint, it makes all the sense to continue forward. In addition, the efficiencies that are gonna be created are gonna be significant, and we've talked about these, both for the purposes of saving on our utility costs, but also the enjoyment for the firefighters. Right now, they're using window mounted units and a very antiquated heating system. This will allow us to make the investment necessary so that they have climate control in that space as well.
If I may, just
You may.
thank you. Clarifying your choice of words, I don't think enjoyment is quite
I was
right,
gonna
cause
say
that
that
makes
too.
it sound like, oh yeah, we're just luxuriating in it. This is a, quality of work,
Yeah, it's cold in there and hot,
workspace.
yeah.
So
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, that was kinda, it gave me angst last meeting where there wasn't a definitive guarantee of the rebates from National Grid. So this is Scott Cross, and he's the general manager for Spencer Contracting, and Mr. Chair, I brought him because I can't answer the frost line questions, but he knew the answer. So a couple of the questions that the chair brought up, one thing, there was an error in the contract, and so Scott's corrected that, and then Sam has sent that out to you. We're not guesstimating, but estimating around $2,000 in savings in gas in general, could be electricity too. It's gonna be difficult to tell right off with the market and with use, it may fluctuate, so we'll continue to monitor that. And then the contract's been fixed, and then we have the commitment letter which Sam sent out to you, which to me was a really big deal, because if not that, then what? And so that last thing you asked about the rebate commitment was just, I had to provide our National Grid bill numbers. And then they're standard, he said they're standard for Wi-Fi, so you can, if you wanted to turn down the heat from your phone, you could, but it just comes standard with them, that's why they're Wi-Fi. And
Can I ask a question on that, because we pay a lot of money, actually it might be for him. Internet security is a big thing, and everything's getting Wi-Fi and everything's getting interconnected. Are there any issues, or do we have to buy like a new software security system every time we hook up a thing, or do we just like not turn the Wi-Fi button on? I don't know who to ask that question.
Yeah, it's an internal capacity and that all of the new ACs have. It's option for all if you wanna use it for your cell phone, you attach it to a building iPad or a source of truth, if you will. If you have a local computer that uses to control all the internal controls, i.e. the doors or any cameras, TVs, et cetera. I know that we have that kind of stuff internally in our building.
Yeah.
We have a local source not connected to an external Wi-Fi or network. It's hardwired into the computer. And in the event that that's the case, these are all connected to the building. That would be an option. If not, then you can hardwire or you can use a Wi-Fi. Those options are there. It's just a standard, Wi-Fi, laptop, phone, iPad, anything you have.
I
It's
just
just
don't want
standard
some
nowadays.
ill-intended person standing on the sidewalk in front of the fire department like, look,
Turning
we're
the heat on?
or the air conditioning on.
No, we have the same, we all share the same IT security company with the town, and they've been working on creating a network, that's part of the, to create a network in the station too, so that we can eventually cut our Verizon.
Yeah.
So that's something that we've been working with the folks in Danvers to do.
Okay, great, thank you.
So just to go back to that, for the controller, is it built into the system or is it just like Flare?
You have both options. So you have the Wi-Fi option internally built into the system. You have a physical controller as well. So it just gives you the capabilities if you wanted it.
I'll keep going. So I've stopped by the firehouse a couple of times. One was, I believe, in January, and the one was most recently. And I would say, and I know I said this before, but I'll say it again to advocate for this. When I was there in January, I had to keep my jacket and scarf on the whole time. So if you've been in the firehouse, you know that there's offices and they're pockets, so it's not like you can get good heat or good AC. So you need the units in order for it to address each of the rooms, so I'm glad that you're gonna have heat and air conditioning in your building.
Me too.
And I'd say with everything going on at the federal level, who knows what's gonna happen to mass save, so anything we can do to take advantage of that now.
Well, that was that
is-
thing, that commitment letter was really key to just at least something.
Any other questions?
Well, I think that anything that we can do with a reasonable amount of money to give these folks a decent place to live, because they spend a lot of their time there. And it's important that they're able to be comfortable, feel good about being there, and it behooves us to make sure that that happens.
Yeah, and if we could be more efficient and have less breakdowns and stuff like that, that's even better, so.
Of course, and that's what we're about here, is moving forward with making that better.
I wonder, does National Grid send you the letters like we all get about you use
No,
this?
I love my letters,
Yeah.
that tells you you're good, you're better than every neighbors, Marshall, watch out.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, we don't get those,
No.
we don't get those, do you get them here? No, yeah, so.
It'd be good if we can just somehow see how good the estimates of
Yeah.
2000 are, so I don't know if we've got bills, and you'd have to look at usage.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have all that access to everything, that
Yeah.
whole town. I mean, that's a really critical part of that green communities process and stuff like that, so.
Cool, alright.
And the new boiler that you're getting is smaller than the one you have
Yes.
today, so you'll have a
Right.
little extra storage room.
Yes, yeah,
Kevin, can you remind me the difference between town meeting and this?
Town meeting,
you mean the money was?
Yeah.
It was 55,000,
Okay.
sorry.
from the ambulance stabilization.
Town meeting was 55.
Yep. That's all. Alright, with that, I'm gonna move to approve a contract between the town of Topsfield and Spencer Home Services of Peabody, Mass. For the removal and installation of a gas boiler and mini splits for supplemental heating and cooling in the amount of $63,494 and for the chair to sign.
Second.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None.
Thank you, when do you sign it, like after this?
Whenever Sam tells me to.
Okay, so you guys are ready to go?
Yeah, we're ready to go whenever you guys are officially good to go.
I'll email it
in the
over to you
paper.
tomorrow morning.
Okay, great.
So you can forward it on.
Sounds good.
Alright, thank you for coming in.
Thank you very much, thank you, I know, didn't even ask
So then
anybody-
what was the answer?
didn't ask him
Barbie?
anything hard.
Cause I asked you already.
You've been talking about boilers and air conditioning
All the
systems
time.
for aren't you glad it's over?
Well,
Maybe
it's not
we-
over yet, but
Maybe you can move forward now.
yeah, next thing's next, a new library.
Heard it here.
Oh, yeah, here we are.
Thank you.
Alright, I'm
Thanks
gonna
for the
go
ice cream.
back for-
Oh yeah, anytime,
Yes.
Gotta build strong teeth and bones.
Yeah, there you go.
Jen,
Yes.
you ever want a yes vote? Serve ice cream and he'll vote
Yeah, I'll
yes.
just,
I know.
whatever. Chief Hubby's in trouble, man.
Alright, item H we're not, right? So we're going to item I, which is the select board schedule discussion and vote. Yes, sir.
Okay. So my understanding was we were doing all Mondays, and then I pop it open and there's still a bunch of Wednesdays in there.
There is a note in board docs that explains why. I did not wanna do this either.
What do you mean you didn't wanna do this?
No, have some Wednesdays, because if there was a holiday on a Monday,
Yeah,
I moved it to a Wednesday.
yeah.
Cause all this is gonna do is now confuse me. I'm gonna be like, we're in Mondays, and then you're gonna pop a Wednesday in there randomly.
Just give the schedule to Amy to put into your family
She already
calendar.
did that, like over a car trip, she sat there with the printed out and did the entire year.
So, and then the next one in August, I just felt that was too close. We can change that if you wanna have it on Monday, the whatever instead, we can do that. And then the other Wednesdays are mostly months when we are already meeting on a Monday anyways,
Okay.
so.
Alright.
Yeah, so we're not meeting August 11th, you're saying?
Well, that sounds like that might be confusing for some people.
No, listen, if I'm now committed to Mondays, then I'm set, Mondays. I only have meetings on Mondays.
No, that's-
Did that
that's a
move
work
back
session.
to
No, that's a-
Wednesday?
That's a work session.
No, alright, what's on board docs?
Board docs
I think it
has
says Monday.
Monday,
It shows
8/11
Monday.
for a work session.
So the idea is to do it on Mondays when we can already do it on Mondays.
Though I am enjoying that it's 6 and 7, so
Then it's
if I'm periodically an hour late for a meeting, just know that that's gonna happen. Sam, you're gonna know what you need to do. You're gonna need to tell me.
We'll know that you're hanging out with Bob.
You have to understand, he is a high-pressure state executive. And you can't depend on his schedule, so we have to do our own business.
Yeah.
Can we make everything 6
And let
o'clock?
You know
him-
what?
We have to let him
Here's what
come.
I'll tell you, I am
What?
not the only working person by far on this board, but the commute is dramatically different, one of us to the other of us, who is still working a full-time job, so if he forgets about a meeting, it's a 37-second commute to get here. Me, it takes a little longer.
Is that what happened oh, that's right. That's what we're talking about. Oh.
So, anyway.
Okay, so any other discussion, we don't have Bob is the only thing. Did anybody talk with Bob about moving to Mondays? No?
Well, what are you talking about?
Alright, our schedule, the last item we're talking
Yeah.
about is normally we have our work sessions on Wednesdays.
Oh, yeah.
Let's move them to Mondays when we can, when it's not a holiday and we're not already meeting on Monday. Just to keep it more regular. What do you think? You like the Wednesdays? You like splitting it up?
I think it's easier for me to understand if we have our regular meetings on Monday and work sessions on Wednesday. I can handle that.
I disagree.
My mental ability is limited, so I
That's
have to
what-
make things simple for me.
That's why I thought just having all meetings on Mondays would be simpler.
Yeah, but we
Doesn't
have-
matter, regular
we have
meeting,
regular-
work session, they're all on Mondays. Mondays is our meeting day, which, by the way, Mr. Jackson, happens to be the day that town hall is open late. So some people are already working here on Mondays versus on a Wednesday when town hall is not open late. I think that's a contributing factor to this
Well,
decision.
I can't argue with that all that much, but
That's a
then
positive.
I have a little bit of a scheduling issue in my head about work sessions versus regular meetings all on Monday.
Well, there's gonna be a time change. Work sessions are at 6, meetings are at 7. So apparently I'm just
I hadn't
sending
thought
text to
about it.
everyone Monday morning.
Well, work sessions are at 6 and meetings
Yeah.
are at 7.
Yeah.
So we could do a work session at 6
Yeah.
and a meeting at 7.
Yes, it's just all on Mondays, but with the different hours.
That interferes with my dinner hour, so I need to.
Be on Wednesday too.
You wouldn't have both meetings
We
on the
could-
same night though. You wouldn't have a work session and then go into it.
Well, that's what he's saying,
No,
you
no.
you might wind up with that.
No, it's just they're all on Mondays. Work
Then do
sessions
them
will
all on
still be
Monday,
good.
I don't care.
With that, I still feel if nobody's actually talked with Bob about this, there's no urgency, unlike the other things.
Yep.
We can get the general consensus, it seems like it's fine, we haven't heard from Ms. Mercier Link, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, in the summertime, I have a Monday thing, so to have every other was nice.
Oh,
But that's okay. And what if I don't agree with the June and July schedule?
That one might be hard to make changes to.
alright,
Yeah,
then I think what we will do is, I would like to table the vote on this, knowing we're all okay-ish with the idea, but I do think we need to get Bob's input. And I'm happy to call him, I guess, tomorrow.
Let's just do all meetings on Tuesday. Let's just blow up the whole thing.
Let's do no meetings.
oh,
Well, that would be a whole different approach.
I would tell you, if we can figure out a way to organize it, and having every meeting on Monday
Yeah.
might be a way to do that. But I find our schedule right now is a little discombobulated, and I have to go looking at the list all the time to see when we're having a meeting. Because you never know, in my opinion, so it'd be nice if we could put together some idea about it, it's the same every week.
Now, question, sorry. From what I'm hearing is that we are going to be keeping the work session on for Wednesday, the 13th.
Oh, right, this one we do have to decide.
okay.
No, I thought Marshall was saying August 11th.
Well, no, that's what the item on
Are we
board
doing-
docs has it moved to August 11th, the
Yeah.
Monday. But I mean, whatever, that doesn't matter to me.
You wanna do the 11th or the 13th, and are we doing Zoom? Because we do work sessions on Zoom, so are we
Yep.
gonna go back to that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I like work sessions on Zoom.
I think that's a good idea.
And mind you, while we were poking around about certain state laws that may or may not be proposed, one of them was to make permanent a hybrid solution. Interestingly, so you could do what you want.
Well, did you see one of them was about hearing postings where you don't have to advertise in the newspaper, but you can do it on your website as a way to save money.
Oh, that's fine.
Very excited about that one.
Nobody goes to our
Papers aren't
website.
Well, back to your point, there will always be a situation come up where you gotta schedule a meeting at some point in time that's outside of our
Yeah,
normal prescribed schedule. That can always happen.
Alright, so
The 13th,
The-
right? We're settling on the 13th, not the 11th?
the 13th was the originally scheduled, so then that fits with the no change until we've heard from Bob. So let's keep the 13th. Sorry.
That's
Wow.
okay.
What did we do?
We actually have made no changes. That's what we've
No
done thus
changes?
far, is make no changes
That's a
whatsoever.
good idea.
This says August 11th,
Yeah.
that was a change, it's gonna remain the 13th. Wednesday,
Okay.
Wednesday the 13th. So starting in September, our work sessions will move to Mondays,
That will work.
after the summer break. And I will give Bob a call tomorrow, I guess. And then if we can just in our next work session have it as an item to formally approve the new schedule.
Or on the 18th. Did you wanna have it as a discussion topic on the 13th? And then approve it on the 18th or just approve it on the 13th?
Just approve it on the 13th.
Approve it on the 13th,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, and there's no vote there. So then we move on to the select board updates. Did I miss something?
No.
No. Mr. Hook?
I have done.
None.
None.
I don't have any either.
What?
I know, I
What?
I know, I'm so grateful.
This meeting suddenly got a lot quicker.
Come on, let's go.
Alright, homegrown markets, yay! Good job, they're still going on. Trash collection, and by this I mean the collection of the old trash barrels is occurring
This week?
this week, right?
Yes.
So we gotta make sure that gets advertised a lot, if you see a Facebook post along those lines or whatever.
I got an email today,
You did? Oh, fantastic,
probably from Great Hill.
okay,
because they said your trash barrels are gonna be picked up on the 7th.
Great. So put any unwanted trash barrels out, Kevin, that's getting out on our social. Can we use our email system yet for anybody who signed up for that? I know we haven't finished our communications discussion as goals, but is that something that we can push out via email?
So I believe if people sign up for changes on the website and when our communications director makes a modification, it should go out. But I know that we've had some we're on an older system on
Yeah.
the platform, so I'm not sure if it's been consistent on that.
Okay.
If we can, it will. Yeah, if we can, it will go out. If it doesn't, then it would be our website, social media, and the calendar that went out to every resident has that
Okay.
information on as well.
Okay, this is a case of over communication, especially because it's the last opportunity for people to get rid of them. Along those lines, I'll tell you, I went to the Georgetown transfer station for the first time
I love it.
on
Yeah, that's the Mellow facility in Georgetown.
On 133.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For the first time,
That's in Georgetown.
went Sunday, not early in the morning, and waited all of 30 seconds. It was super easy.
I agree. It's easy to handle, it's easy to get in there and.
And I think actually going makes folks realize just how much trash is produced. So take your kids.
I will tell you, I agree with that. I will tell you that most people don't understand how big of a problem this is. I think getting rid of trash is a huge problem
Yeah.
all over the country, maybe all over the civilized world.
Yeah.
And we don't understand how big that is. So we need to look at every way to try to reduce that. And
Yep.
and so I'm firmly in favor of compost. And that's not really the answer because it still doesn't take care of all that other trash.
My other thing was the Cultural Council has been having their concerts, and I think they were able to have the first one in 3 weeks because it didn't rain on Sunday. But for the rest of August, every Sunday, there should be some good concerts, and I believe it's
Yeah,
the
4
last
o'clock.
Sunday, they're gonna combine all 3 of them that got canceled or something like that, so check that out. Great reasons to be in Topsfield. That is all I have, so I'll turn it over to the town administrator.
So on Wednesday, the lights and the hanging flowers for those solar lights are being installed at the pocket park. Umbrellas have been purchased and put out there as well. And we're down to just a few more last little punch list items on the plaza that you would never even notice, such as filling a couple of the cracks of the bricks with the vendor. So we're almost to the finish line on that project.
Mr. Vogt.
Yes, sir.
Have we turned up the lights yet?
So I am actually meeting with Mark for it, who is the from Specline, who helped us with the sourcing and the procurement of the lights from the Netherlands. He did indicate to me that that's one of our topics of discussion at 10:30 tomorrow morning, actually. That and trying to find a solution for putting ambiance music in the pocket park are two of the topic items. So we're gonna I'll have hopefully an answer coming after tomorrow.
The
Timing
answer is no.
But no, in this case, I'm okay with the lack of brevity because no would have immediately followed a question of, okay, when are we going to? So there we go.
This is what Marshall is pinning his chair legacy on.
Yeah, now I just wanna turn the lights up. I want our streetlights to actually light something up, that's all.
Okay.
Emerson Homes, that is the the sale of the
I haven't heard about them
property.
forever.
They were funded.
Okay.
So project looks like it has a path forward. I was notified, I think on Friday or Saturday and such. Setting up a meeting with the representative from the church, David Reed, as well as with Suzanne and her team, to get an update on what this means, timelines, process, approvals that they might still need. They've already gone through approval process a couple of years ago. But we'll report back to the board once I have more information on that. But this will get us to the 10% once the project breaks ground.
the numbers haven't changed again since the last time we looked?
No, if it only can improve between census years, so we have till 2030 census. And so this will get us clear till then, and then it resets and they do a new analysis of the number of affordable versus non-affordable units in town.
Great.
Last week we had a meeting on ADUs, auxiliary dwelling units. It was members of the planning board, and with members of the town hall team, assessor, building, zoning enforcement, et cetera. And the discussion was, how are we gonna handle these ADUs, right? So if you remember, we passed the town meeting local bylaw relative to ADUs that reflected the state's legislation that mandated allowances for ADUs in every community, 351 communities in Massachusetts. Each community is grappling with how do they implement this. And so we have a bylaw, which is great, it's a great start. Now, how do we look at houses that are looking to create ADUs going forward? And if you remember, in-laws are no longer allowed, but in-laws were allowed for a time and period here in Topsfield. And how do we handle those in-laws historically? Do we call them ADUs, are they grandfathered or something else? Going forward, I think we have a better handle on that. Going backwards, we're still trying to figure out what that will look like, but operationally, we're looking at how to deploy ADUs here in Topsfield with more specificity than we've had in the past. Today, only a few hours ago, met with an ad hoc committee to discuss the 375th anniversary of Topsfield. October 16th will be that official date.
Did you say 350th?
375 year anniversary.
October 17th of this year?
October 16th is the anniversary date for our 375th anniversary.
Whoa, Christ.
We live in a very
Even older than I thought.
Yeah, it's a long time this community's been in existence and incorporated. Great conversation, great group of people, and we're looking to have an event, a day, an afternoon into the evening.
If I may,
Yes, sir.
it's the Trecento Septuagenquennial.
Yes.
How long did you study that?
I didn't, I just asked ChatGPT what you call the 375th anniversary, and it said it doesn't have a widely recognized traditional name
Sure
like a
doesn't.
centennial or sesquicentennial, but if you want to follow the Latin-derived naming convention, it would be called a Trecento Septuagenquennial.
We're gonna go 375th birthday.
Right.
We're gonna,
Well, that's funny, cause
We're
what
not
it
gonna
says
go
next
there.
is, you could also say 375th anniversary plain and clear.
There we are. But it's gonna be a combination of historical and education around the Topsfield's history. And segue into a ceremony and then finally possibly a block party of such here in town.
Fireworks?
Fireworks would be great, but
Right.
we're also planning for 250th anniversary of the country for the following year,
It's
next year.
called the bicentennial.
And by the way, the state, which is celebrating its
My
250th anniversary with very nice, cool looking license plates, of which I will soon have one on my car.
Very nice.
So that's
the 250th is a bigger deal than that thing you're talking about.
I'm talking about the 250th.
Okay.
Massachusetts' 250th
Oh, that's a
birthday
big
is this
deal.
year.
Bicentennial.
Thank you.
So
Holy mackerel.
really great group of people working on this, excited for where it takes us. We've had one meeting, but we've come up with a lot of really good ideas, good suggestions, and I think we've narrowed it down. We'll be meeting on every two-week basis now and through October until we have a locked-in date and an actual itinerary. But some of the ideas are really exciting, and we have a short runway, but we're gonna make it happen.
Now, you're not talking about 375 or 250?
375. That's the one for this October, and then we're gonna pivot into how do we, what do we do here in Topsfield for 250?
Who are the parties involved in that again? You said
It's
historical society? I
Historical
assume?
Society's at the table,
Nice. They know
members of the community who actually participated in the 350th anniversary of Topsfield 25 years ago.
The tricentennial.
Yes, and it was probably 8 people or so that were participating, all people well known in Topsfield, deep roots, historically minded, I
Was
think.
that a big party? Was it a-
350th, I remembered, but it wasn't a big deal.
They cook.
How did you all
cocktails.
celebrate the 100?
I did.
So right after the fair ends, we're gonna go right into a birthday party. I like that.
Oh,
Fair ends on the 13th.
13th, and then
Yes.
we're looking probably at like tentatively the 18th, but I don't wanna commit to date yet.
Okay.
We'll go
oh,
down.
so it's not specifically the 15th.
The 16th is the actual date
Okay.
of our anniversary when we were incorporated.
Oh yeah, extend the
Yeah.
fair.
We can get a liquor license for them.
And the last thing I just wanna reiterate, and we talked a little bit about this, homegrown markets will continue for the next 3 weeks. Thank you to Scott Hovey, who's taken over temporarily as our rec director, for stepping in and his efforts. Encourage everybody here and at home to join us, food, great vendors, and really good live music.
Is that on the common or out here?
That's on the common
On
from
the common.
5 to 7. This Wednesday especially, starting at 4 p.m., we have free Pilates, mat Pilates, being taught out on the common as well. So come, get some exercise, shop some of our local businesses, enjoy some music and maybe grab dinner, and really take in all the great things that we do every Wednesday here down on the common here in Topsfield.
I can't do it, sorry.
You can't do
No Pilates?
I can't get there, sorry.
No. Maybe next week.
And even if he could, he would not.
Oh, I would.
Pilates? I don't even know what Pilates is. I mean, I know it exists, but I wouldn't be able to tell you what it looks like.
It'll help you train for the October road race.
Oh.
I'm running a
Game
5K in like 2
Ah.
days. By the way, I asked ChatGPT to come up with the Topsfield 375 logo, and it's already got one
I
going.
love that.
We need the
Cute.
bridge underneath though.
There you go. That's Town Hall. I mean, it's ChatGPT's version of Town Hall, but whatever.
Lots more happening, but I think for tonight, Mr. Chairman, and members, I'll leave it at that. Thank you for the opportunity to share.
Thank you. That brings us to the correspondence. Sorry, Marshall, nothing about television.
Nothing.
Thank you for our fire department for participating in the Touch a Truck. Another shout out to the Sustainability Advisory Committee for, the letter here says 650 of the approximately 900 barrels were determined to be in good enough condition for donation, so think about that. Again, we just did that rough math at $50 each, that's a lot of money that people saved. And the other thing on correspondence to point out was there's thank you to the neurofibromatosis bike ride. They did send us in that insurance binder that we asked for. And I think the most interesting thing there is that the insurance contact person's email address is blank 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 at rizman.com.
Rizman.
Rizman. Or maybe it's Rizman, I don't know, but
Okay, better, first sentence is better.
that is all I have. Any other motions?
Hold on.
Motion to adjourn?
Second. Ooh.
Alright, any discussion?
I'm still trying to find Risman.
All those in
Oh.
favor of adjournment?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned.